Hello and welcome to my channel. Say hi to a happy day. In this channel, I would like to share tales and stories I personally picked and or my kids' favorite stories. Let's enjoy listening while I read to you the story of Puss in Boots. A miller had 3 sons. He was so poor that when he died, all he had to leave to his sons was the mill to his elders, a donkey to his second, and nothing to his third except a cat. "You're no use to me," said the youngest son to the cat. "I'm off to seek my fortune." To the lad's amazement, the cat spoke. "Don't be in such a hurry. Give me some boots and a drawstring bag, and I'll make your fortune." Puss got his bag and his boots and scampered off into the fields. He stuffed the bag with lettuce leaves. Silly Rabbit came by and poked his nose inside to nibble. In a flash, Puss pulled the drawstring tight. He took the rabbit straight to the king and said, "Your Majesty, my master, the Marquis of Carabas, begs you to accept this humble gift." The king was pleased, so Puss came again the next day, this time with 2 partridges. The king was delighted at the royal generosity of the Marquis of Carabas. Puss's sharp ears overheard that the king and his daughter would be out driving by the river the next day. So Puss told the miller's son to go bathing in the river. "Why not?" thought the lad. Puss then hid his clothes and waited for the king to come by. Clip clap, clippity clap. The carriage was coming. Puss called out, "Stop! Help, my master is drowning." When the king saw it was Puss, he ordered his servants into the river to save the Marquis. "Oh, sire," cried Puss, "some villains stole my master's clothes while he bathed." "Don't worry, I'll see to it." The king ordered a cloak to be thrown around the miller's son. Then he made room for him inside his coach. The princess was enchanted and immediately fell in love with the lad. Back to the palace, the king provided the miller's son with a royal set of clothes. Now he did indeed look like the Marquis of Carabas in his velvet suit of lace and gold trimmings, his silken shirt, and leather boots up to his thighs. How spectacular was the fine feathered hat! "I insist of driving you home," said the king. "Where do you live?" The miller's son groaned to himself. "That's it. The game's is up. I'll lose my head for sure when he sees I don't live in a castle." But Puss replied, "My master lives in Carabas Castle. I shall go on ahead and prepare for your Majesty's arrival." On the way, Puss crossed meadows fields and woods. If the king asked who owns all this land, he told the peasants, just reply the Marquis of Carabas, or I'll have your guts for garters. Then on he went to the huge castle on top of the hill. In time, the king came by with his daughter and the miller's son. Who owns all this? He called to the peasants. It all belongs to the Marquis of Carabas, they tearfully replied. Everything I see belongs to you, exclaimed the king admiringly, and the miller's son gave a shy shrug. Meanwhile, Puss had reached the castle. It really belonged to a frightful man-eating ogre who had magic powers. Puss went up bravely and hammered on the door. Who's there? Roared the ogre. Me, Puss. I've heard about your magic powers, but I don't believe it. Is it true you can turn yourself into anything? Of course it's true, thundered the ogre, opening the door. Show me, challenged Puss. He was such a boastful ogre. With one roar, he became a lion. Puss leaped for his life onto the castle roof. Very good, Puss clapped his paws. But you can't go from being a mighty lion to a teeny-weeny mouse, can you? Of course, squeaked the ogre, instantly becoming a mouse. Got you, cried Puss, who pounced and ate him up. The miller's son could hardly believe it when the king's carriage pulled up in front of a huge castle, and there was Puss, bowing and scraping as he welcomed to the king's party. He set them before a table groaning beneath a splendid banquet, which had actually been the ogre's supper. Sir, I'd like you to marry my daughter, drawled the king, wiping the wine from his mouth. Sire, I'd be delighted, said the miller's son, who had fallen as much in love with the princess as she had with him. So they married, and as for Puss, he got a new pair of boots and never chased mice again, except for fun. The end. I hope you enjoy listening to the story of Puss-in-Boots. Please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to listen for more of our favorite stories. See you soon!